Welcome to That Space. Happy Monday. It's the unsolicited advice segment after we take care of some housekeeping items here. Brought to you by Outlaw Streamers. I'm your host, as always, Caleb Salvatore. We're laughing our way through the end of days, reporting from somewhere underground. Stockholm Mia, the red face of white supremacy, is back in the studio with us. You missed what? 3 episodes now? What do you have to say for yourself? You missed the Wednesday one, the Saturday one, and the Sunday one.
I'm the worst worker.
You know this is coming out of your paycheck.
Typical Indian.
Typical Indian, right? You know this is coming out of your paycheck, right? This is, you're going to see a cut in your pay for this lack of accountability here at the workplace, right? We can't have this, because if I don't treat you fairly as my wife, it's going to look like I'm playing favorites with all of our other employees. All of the other dozens of people that we employ here at That Space with Caleb Salvatore are going to feel like we're playing favorites with you here. So I can't do that. So it is going to have to come out of your pay. And we will talk about the rest of your punishment off camera. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors who have not dropped us yet. Over at Blood of Tyrants Wines, drinkbloodofTyrants.com, promo code BASED, BASED, like the title of the show, will save you 10% off your order at the checkout. That's drinkbloodofTyrants.com, promo code BASED, BASED, like the title of the show, saves you 10% off your order at the checkout. They got 2 types of wine along with the Liquid Freedom energy drink. Go out and drink, eat, and consume the brands that support people like you, because I am a person like you. I am a person like you. Mia, weren't we just talking in Target today? There was this very dirty looking couple in front of us. Very dirty. Old, like, the only thing they were missing was Nightmare Before Christmas clothing, right? But old flip-flops, slides, whatever you want to call them. You could smell them from 6 feet away. And those scumbags that sit there and sling AT&T phone deals inside of the Target went over to one of them did, and then the other one saw us, so we immediately veered off and hid from him. And I was like, if they went for that couple, you know they were going for us, because we look like we can afford way more shit than they can. Little do they know, though, we're also broke. We just know how to dress in public. That was the only difference. That was the only difference there. That's okay. So since we've last seen you on Sunday, I hope that episode's aired by the time this is posted. It should be good, though. If not, you're going to get a bonus show later tonight. So enjoy that. That was supposed to be the Sunday show, and we had some issues uploading it, but you're going to get it. Since then, we've had a little bit of drama over here. Would you say we've had some drama?
No.
No drama whatsoever? Well, someone's called us out. And I kind of brought it up on the show at the end of the Sunday one, if that's aired by now, like I said. And we'll get into unsolicited advice in a little bit here. But I kind of brought it up, and I want to address this. I want to address this on the Monday show, because I know this is our worst performing segment, and this is really all the attention that this matter deserves. You don't deserve to have my main audience hear about you. I'm not going to give you that type of publicity, okay? Okay, sounds good. So let me play a sec. So here's what happened. There is a comedian, and I use that word lightly, in the scene I'm from, who goes by the name of Cole. And the only reason I say that is because she's been very public about her criticism of me. And she said, so she listened to a podcast episode I did with Justin Healy 2 months ago. Actually, I think it was 2 months ago today. And this was while Justin was in the middle of a little bit of a public controversy. And him and I talked about it. And she was one of the people attacking him. And this was how the conversation went. Mia, go ahead and play the clip that she is very, very upset about here.
Joke, she was clapping back. It was that Cole chick that was annoying as shit.
Cole, she's
the girl that cheats on her husband and has like 5 kids.
Allegedly cheats.
Allegedly.
So they say. Yeah. Why does she? Aren't one of her kids trans?
Probably. I mean, it's like a Megan Fox situation. If Megan Fox was, a goat.
You know what's crazy though is like you see the pictures of her and her husband and kids. And that's as far as Mormon.
Yeah, they look very like tame.
Yeah, conservative, traditional.
Uh-huh. And
But
then
they're
she
not.
opens her mouth about how miserable she is at life.
And that's all there is.
And it's
you can
it's
shut it
on-
off.
it's
That's all.
sad.
Yeah. That's as far as it went. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So she said, who the fuck is giving Justin and Caleb this information? Because I've only told a few friends about my kid. I certainly haven't posted anything public. This isn't fucking cool. Say whatever you want about me. Don't talk about my family. Well, first off, sweetheart, I was not talking about your child. Now, the way she framed that is that I did this whole segment dedicated to bashing her child. I didn't do that. I would never do that, because here's the reality of the situation. If your child is trans, which you seem to be confirming by this, if they're not, totally willing to come out and issue a retraction. If your child is trans, in my opinion, the way I view human interaction and the way I believe that the law should be rewritten to state, I think that child should be viewed as a victim in the eyes of the state. I would never bash someone that I deem to be a true victim of a crime, even if that crime doesn't apply to the current law, but it should, if that's the case. I absolutely believe that what you are doing, if that's the case, should be illegal. That's not a joke. Oh, come on. You had the perfect opportunity there. You're off your game.
Not a joke.
And you can take that and rant and rave on Facebook all you want, because it's the fucking truth. That's how I feel on that issue. Under the current law, no, you haven't technically done anything wrong. In my opinion, the law should be changed and you should be prosecuted under it. So go ahead and cry into your pillow about that one. This has since turned into a witch hunt going after whoever the alleged mole is. Well, here's the thing. It's public knowledge at this point. It's public knowledge. Everybody's heard about it long before I said anything, because I barely even know you, and I still knew about it. With that said, there is a mole, because I have seen a number of your private Facebook posts and comments about me that I'm not going to read on this show out of respect for your privacy, because it is a private post. But I've seen a number of your private posts about me that have been sent to me from not one, not two, not three. I'm not even going to tell you how many people have sent it to me. You have got, Cole, a number of moles amongst you. A number of people in your ranks who maybe don't like you quite as much as you think they do. If it were me, I would start weeding those people out. I would start paying real close attention to who my friends are and what I say around those people and what you know what, Mia, I think she may need to just nuke her Facebook profile and start over from scratch. What do you think? Do you think that's a good idea?
Yes.
Because at this point, we have so many moles sending us screenshots about what she's saying about me and Justin in private that it's not even funny. Oh, believe me, I see and hear everything that's said about me. There's no hiding anything from me. I might even be reading your mind right now. Have you considered that? Like, how much does Caleb really know? How close are my contacts to you?
I'm gonna add her on Facebook.
Are you?
Yeah.
They may be people that you consider to be really, really, really good friends of yours. Really close. So I would, like I said, start taking a serious inventory and start asking myself, who can I trust here and who's secretly working for Caleb? I would start asking myself those questions real hard. Because I see and hear everything that's said about me. And while you haven't crossed any lines yet, not to the point where I'm willing to go full scale on-air feud with insults and everything. Let's just say we're getting there. I did like, though, there was one part about, and I'm paraphrasing here. Evidently someone said that I'm a really nice guy and that that person can go fuck themselves or something like that. Whoever that was, thank you. From the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I really appreciate it. You know, that seems to be with a lot of people who have heard some nasty things about me. when they get to know me and actually meet me, because many of these people have never met me, and I'm like this Voldemort, this dark energy surrounding the comedy scene that they dare not speak my name. And then they meet me and they're like, oh, you're Ron Weasley. What the hell? Like, you're not that bad, right? I'm Snape at the absolute worst, you know, like that's me. And so I appreciate that person. I'll give you one more hint, Aaron, because I know you're listening. That's the hilarious part, is she's reacting to a 2-month-old podcast from an episode that was an hour and a half long to something we said 35 minutes into the show. So she's a fan, right? She's clearly a fan if she's reacting to something that far back that's that deep into an episode. Do you think she bought from the sponsors, Mia? Do you think she logged on and used the promo code BASED?
No, because she doesn't have enough money for that.
Oh, that's right. There's not. She can't afford that. With duh. That's What were you gonna say?
I know I shouldn't.
Say it. Come on.
No,
do it.
No, I should.
We promised the audience vicious Mia.
Not with. No, I can't.
I know what you're gonna say. Not with all the hormones pills, right? That's no. So okay. I mean, for real though, it's you're a fan, so congratulations. If you want, let us know. P.O. Box, place of business, wherever you want. We will send a That's Based with Caleb Salvatore t-shirt to you completely free of charge. Just pay shipping and handling. We'll take care of that. Get at me if you want the shirt. Absolutely. No, again, only
I'll make it for free, honestly.
We'll even ship it for free.
Like, I will.
We'll send you a shirt.
No,
Yeah.
I'll do it for free.
We'll send you a shirt
if you
for
really
free.
want it.
Yeah, we'll send you a shirt for free. We'll get that out to you. Here's the thing. I want to say one last thing. Because an innocent party was drug into this that has nothing to do with it. Like I said, I have many moles, some of whom are very close to you, closer than you would imagine. And one of the people you named, well, the only name drop that I saw was a comedian named Taryn Perez. Taryn is not the mole, Cole. It's not her. I'm not going to tell you who it is or how many there are, but it's not Taryn. You can check my phone records. I'd be more than happy to submit them to everybody for reference. I have no problems with Taryn. She's always been nice to me. I've always felt like I've been nice to her. I have no issues with her, but I have not spoken with Taryn Perez since probably last summer. Again, no falling out, just life went different ways. Taryn is not your mole. Taryn is not your mole. So, keep that in mind. Do you like how ominous I am with it? That's, I mean, look, I'm not gonna, like I said, nothing's crossed the line yet. You haven't, I really only have one or two lines that when people cross them, I freak out over. She hasn't done that yet, as far as I know, until one of my moles tells me otherwise. I haven't seen it yet, but she hasn't crossed the line yet, so I'm going to leave it alone. And I'm not going to do a long, drawn-out public feud in the air because we actually have a decent-sized audience on this show, and they don't want to hear about my public beefs on and on and on and on. You guys kind of let us hear it over the Messiah thing, told us to knock it off, so we did. We'll reference the joke occasionally, but we won't go that hard anymore.
I'm the Messiah.
I'm not gonna bust out the insults. I'm not gonna say mean and nasty things on you. I would never insult your children. I asked a question based on something that was public information, and it sounds like when I said, "Doesn't she have a trans kid?" and it sounds like I got an answer. Again, could be wrong, but I would never make fun of your child. I would call you out because I think what you're doing is wrong. Absolutely, I would. But I would never, ever in a million years target anyone's children. Ever. Except Hunter Biden.
Also, who would want to have children with that?
That's a great point. Hey, we're not being mean and nasty yet. As soon as our moles tell us that then we'll get a little mean and nasty and then we'll drop it forever.
I don't care. You said I'm not getting mean and nasty. I don't care about myself.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You wouldn't want to have children with a fat chick that's somehow still built like a 2x4? I mean, at least the other fat chicks have like tits and ass. There's nothing. I mean, what this really boils down to, because she publicly went after another show not too long ago for something that should have been handled in public in private and was being handled in private until she decided it wasn't being handled in private quickly enough. So she took to social media to drag these people through the mud. And here, in my opinion, what this appears to be, and this is just my speculation in my opinion, this looks to me like this doesn't have anything to do with that other show. It doesn't have anything to do with me. It doesn't have anything to do with Justin. It doesn't have anything to do with Taryn. What this appears to be, to me, is, what do we always say on this show when we talk about different things like political and social issues? We have to look at who the common denominator is. Who's the common denominator here? Every single one of these things has drawn on unnecessary attention and sympathy to Cole. Yes, it's a female named Cole. I know, it's weird, whatever. All of this has drawn sympathy that she otherwise wouldn't have gotten and attention to her. That's the common denominator here, is attention. So that's what this looks like to me. I think that myself, Justin, Taryn, and the good folks over at Quick Draw Comedy are merely a vehicle to reach her destination, which is attention. Unfortunately, that's as far as it goes. Like, literally, that's as far as it goes. That's as deep as it gets. This ain't some dark rabbit hole, like Taylor Swift being a witch who cursed the 49ers last year in the Super Bowl, or their CIA handlers now that won't let her and Travis Kelce have children. Mia and I got in an argument with this in the car. I don't think the CIA is going to let Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift have kids because of the baby boom it would create and how conservative young girls would become. So they have a direct incentive to stop that. She thinks I'm batshit crazy. She thinks I'm batshit crazy for that. I disagree. I completely disagree. Okay. Enough of that. Just.
I will end it with, I think Justin had a point with his comments he made.
What did he say?
I'm not gonna.
At the show? What did he say at the show? I don't even remember.
I'm not going to say specifically because I don't want to get in trouble.
You don't want to get him in trouble. He can come on here and say it himself.
In trouble.
Yeah, don't speak on behalf of Justin, but go ahead, paraphrase.
What he said that was caught on video camera about her.
Oh. No, we don't want that. I want that. No, genuinely, I do pray for all of these people. I may seem like an asshole who gets in these public feuds and stuff on air. Genuinely. Every night when I go to bed, I pray that these people stop behaving the way they do and stop being so miserable, because the way they're acting does not come from a position of someone who is happy with the way their life is going. And I think that's really sad that people feel the need to act that way. And look, we've all got our demons. I've certainly got plenty of them. We've all got our problems in life. Nobody's perfect, but the people who behave that way are inherently, something is making them inherently unhappy about the way their life is going. And I genuinely feel bad for them. So I ask that God will help them see the light and get away from, dig their way out of the shithole that they've dug themselves into. Genuinely. But at the same time, St. Michael the Archangel has also prepared me for battle. So do not start something you're not willing to finish. And I'd say we have quite the track record on this show of finishing some of these public feuds. We'll just leave it at that. Don't bark up the tree you're not willing to climb all the way to the top, sweetheart. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, let's be done with this here now. We're not going to go all the way. We're not going to go any deeper. We're going to be nice to her, right? We're going to. Well, no, we don't have to be nice to her. We're just not going to talk about her anymore. What do you have for the stories this week? What's going on in the great world of the internet and the people with various problems on it?
There is a shitty mom story on there.
We just talked about Cole.
Well, when you read it, she doesn't explicitly say it's about her, but it's like a what if this happened? But
oh, yeah. Like, what would be the punishment if I, yeah, like that. Yeah, okay. Anything else, or is that it?
I honestly forgot what the other two stories were.
Okay, well, this account, his name is Throwaway with a bunch of numbers. So good things always come from an account titled Throwaway, right? It says, off my chest, I just spoke to the detective about my wife and I feel guilty now. Oh, what kind of detective is this? It says, my wife and I, 40 male and female, have been married for 15 years and have 4 kids aged 17, 14, 10, and 9. The problem began 9 months ago when I had my wife's phone while she was having surgery. Excuse me, Pellegrino's fucking with my stomach right now. She was getting a lot of Snapchat notifications, so I opened the app. I immediately noticed there were names of people I didn't know, and then realized that this isn't her account that I have added. Oh, secret Snapchat. After going through the conversations on this account, they were all with young boys between 15 and 17 and had pictures of them with their shirts off and her nude saved in the shit. What the fuck? I asked the most recent their ages, which is how I found out how they were all underage. I immediately felt disgusted and sent messages about how this is a close friend, about this to a close friend who is the sheriff of our town. He filled out the report and asked me for all the information. I tried to follow up as much as I could until it finally felt like nothing was going to happen. That was until the end of December when a local and state detective reached out to get more information. After multiple meetings and phone calls, they informed me they have the information for subpoena and charges will follow if they find anything. I know she did wrong, but I can't help but feel guilty now. But I'm also afraid for her to be around our kids and their friends, seeing how she texted those kids. What does he feel guilty? I mean, okay, I guess. You feel guilty that you're throwing your wife under the bus here, but the guy didn't do anything wrong. So is he saying that he meant to have this on the record with the sheriff's department, or is he like reaching out to the friend in private for help off the record, and then the guy went and took it and filed a report? I'm not following this. What do you get from this?
I didn't get that either. I'm assuming he went to him like to file a report, but the fact that he throws in like close friend, I don't know.
If you were sexting little boys, I'd turn you in a heartbeat.
I would turn you into.
For the record, I would turn you in a heartbeat. I would tell you that I was going to do it, though, so that you knew it was coming. I would let you know so you could sit there and just wait with that knot in your stomach, wondering that every knock at the door was going to be it. You know what I mean? Like, I would absolutely, because I've been, if you were somebody I didn't know, no, I wouldn't tell you. But if you had betrayed me with young boys, absolutely, I'm going to let you sit on that and just ruin your next month, right?
I think I'd cover for you for just about everything except for that.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same. And, well, I was going to say and murder, but it depends what the murder was for. Did you just wake up and decide you wanted to kill somebody today and you blew some old lady's head off? Yeah, I'm probably going to turn you in. Was it somebody who had it coming? We could talk about it. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it.
Even then, I'd probably honestly be too scared.
To tell me?
No, to turn you in.
For murder? Yeah. Well, that's good to know. Ride or die, right? Ride or die comes with an asterisk and conditions, by the way. No one is a true ride or die. There are people in this world. There is no one, nobody, whether you married them, whether you're related to them, whether they're your best friends since kindergarten, nobody on this earth who ride or die doesn't come with conditions for. There are absolutely points in time when you should distance yourself from a person or flat out turn on them if it's necessary. So keep that in mind. Okay, no, this guy didn't do anything wrong. I can understand feeling, I would turn you in, but I would feel bad about it. You know, does that make sense? Like, I would feel bad. Like, you're my wife. I would still feel bad that I turned you in and I'm essentially going to ruin your life. You can't just undo all those emotions just like that at the drop of a pin. So I would feel genuinely bad about it, but I would get over it. We'll put it that way. I would feel more bad about the betrayal, you know. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Says, am I the asshole for booking a hotel in the same area as my son and daughter-in-law's trip that we didn't get to go on? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Is this a woman that wrote this? Is this a boy mom? The boy moms are at it again. The boy moms marry the wife guys, and it just never, it's all downhill from there. Said my son, 30, and his fiance, 28, of 6 years, go on a family trip every year with her extended family. From what my son tells me, they travel to different locations and rent an Airbnb that accommodates the 30 people who attend. Oh my goodness. For the last 3 years, they've gone during the holidays, and as a result, we rarely see them. My future daughter-in-law and I have a good relationship, but I can't say we talk much. My son and his fiance are planning a trip in March for spring break, and I asked my son when we might be able to plan a trip together in the future. He mentioned there might be enough room in the house they're staying at. I told him that sounded great and asked him to let me know the cost for everyone attending. My 24-year-old son, 22-year-old daughter, and 3-year-old grandson also live with me, so we all plan to go. A few days later, my son told me we'd likely have to sleep on a couch or share one of the kids' bunk beds if they were available. I assured him we'd make it work, and I sent him our share of the costs. I also told my kids, who were very excited, this would be their first vacation, and that's more than a 3-hour car ride away. Last week, my son called and told me it wouldn't work for us to join them after all, and then he sent back the deposit. When I asked why, he explained that his fiance didn't feel comfortable with us coming, and that she was upset because I didn't attend her engagement dinner last year to meet her side of the family, which she felt would make it awkward to share the vacation rental. She was also upset that I didn't reach out to her directly to discuss joining the trip, leaving my son to relay the information instead. I told my son it was fine, but I ended up booking a hotel about 15 miles from where they're staying. I also told my son he didn't have to worry about making time to see us. Now my daughter-in-law is upset because she feels that we're still somehow taking away from their trip. I should have noted my daughter-in-law's mother recently passed away, and since our relationship has been feeling more strained. Well, okay. I did not attend the funeral for those who ask, and I reach out to my son because I don't want to bother her. It's clear she doesn't like us much and is bitter. So, her mother died. You didn't go to the funeral. They had an engagement dinner, and you didn't go to that. So you want no involvement. You don't have a problem with the daughter-in-law, but you can't be bothered to do anything beyond the bare minimum. And I'm supposed to feel bad for this woman here? Is that what I'm gathering? She's the victim here, and she has put in absolutely no effort whatsoever to do any of this. Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much. I love how in the beginning she's like, my daughter-in-law and I have a good relationship.
Clear.
And at the end she's like, she's just bitter and she doesn't like me,
and I didn't go to her mom's funeral. I mean, what did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen with all of this? Like, her mom, like, what are we doing here, guys? At first, I was like, okay, yeah, it's reasonable. They go every year with her family. You know, you'd want to see your kid. There's nothing wrong with that. And then all of a sudden, I love how the layers just start to unfold, right? They kind of just trickle truth a little more and more. And here's what you got to realize, guys, is everyone who tells their side of a story is going to tell a side of the story that makes them sound better, right? Makes them sound better than they actually behaved. So you always have to assume that the way they behaved was anywhere between 15 to 75% worse than what you're hearing in this story. So we're only hearing what this woman's willing to admit to us, and she's willing to admit some pretty bad shit that she has clearly tried to put a politician-y spin on and make sound like it wasn't so bad. So yes, you are the asshole here, Brenda. I don't know if her name's Brenda. She just sounds like a Brenda. She's behaving like a Brenda. Do you agree? Does Brenda get the boom or the doom?
Brenda gets the doom.
Brenda gets the doom. My brother told me that my sister-in-law keeps asking him why he's so obsessed with the Costco guys. Mia asked me the same thing. Women don't get it. Women don't understand the Costco guys. It is a strictly a male hobby, interest. Right? Do you not do? What don't you understand about the Costco guys?
I don't understand your fascination with them.
What do you mean? What is there not to understand? You've got this fat family that has made millions of dollars and gotten hundreds of billions, if not billions of views on social media from eating shitty food inside of a Costco and doing the same dance over and over and over again. How is that not fascinating to you? as to how they've achieved this. It's a cultural phenomenon unlike anything this country's seen since the Beatles. Okay, let's go to the next one. Well, we know this is going to be a good one because it's in the polyamory subreddit. I lost my baby and they can't be there with me. I'm not laughing at the dead baby part. I'm laughing at the they. Okay. I've been with this married, I'm 20 female. I've been with this married couple, 25 female and 24 male, for about 3 months. She was pregnant when we got together. I'm going through my second miscarriage with the man right now. She gave birth yesterday to their baby, and I found out today that I lost my second baby with him, third baby in general. This is going to sound harsh, but maybe you should explore other avenues if you would like to have a child. I'm not against you having a child. I think you should. But I think you should possibly explore other avenues if you've gone through 3 miscarriages. Just my 2 cents. Says he understandably wants to be with her right now, but I really need him to grieve with me. Mia, it's almost like polyamory is a bad idea. It's almost like it doesn't work because of shit like this. It's almost like every society throughout history that's had any degree of success, for the most part, has emphasized monogamous male-female relationships. They haven't necessarily banned the other types, but the types that get encouraged are the pretty traditional ones. It's almost like they've been on to something. It says, I haven't been asked to come to the hospital to see either of them, or the baby, obviously, and it made me feel really unimportant, especially, oh, they're kicking you out, sweetheart, especially now that he doesn't care to comfort me during my loss because the joy of bringing a baby into the world triumphs the sadness of losing one. Wow, she picked a winner. She picked a winner here. What do? I'm feeling so abandoned and hurt by this situation. I understand that he wants to be there for both her and the baby. I just feel like he should be there for me too. He doesn't even care to try to comfort me right now. Okay. So, like I said.
So before you get started, in the comments of this, she gave some further explanation. She was having an affair with the guy.
Oh, perfect.
And he's the one that opened it up. So his wife wanted nothing to do with it. So his wife's like completely against.
So she's the side bitch.
Polyamory, basically.
Yeah, she doesn't get to be upset here. Mm-hmm. She's a home wrecker. So I mean, you're upset that you lost your baby. Yeah, that's horrible. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying it's basically like she's just like the side piece in this, and they really want nothing to do with her anymore. Yeah,
they're done. They don't want to play with that toy anymore. It's
because the wife didn't want any part of it in the first place.
Yeah, it's like I said, guys, it's almost like polygamous marriages or polyamory in general doesn't work. It never has worked. It shouldn't work. You should stop trying it. You should stop trying it. And you guys know me. I don't get as conservative as a lot of the other right-wing talk hosts on the internet sphere out there. I don't give a shit if 2 guys or 2 women want to get married. In fact, I know gay couples who openly mock heterosexual polyamorous couples. I'm related to some of them that mock those types of people and find that behavior repulsive and disgusting, and we all have a good laugh about it. The fact of the matter, look, ideally, yes, it'll be 1 man and 1 woman, right? If you want to be 2 dudes, 2 chicks, do your thing. Not my business, right? But the reality is, that's it. There are too many emotions, too many hormones, too many feelings, too much physicality involved in a relationship for any more than 2 people to be involved. So stop doing the polyamorous shit. And you know what's going to happen. If I clip just this rant on polyamory, do you know what's going to happen? Is we're going to get a fat chick and a bunch of scrawny dudes are going to gang up on me in the comments, because that's always what they look like. You've always got the 350-pound girl that looks like Vince Wilfork with a bunch of guys that look like they haven't eaten in weeks, like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings, right? Or they've been on meth or something like that. That's always what those polygamous relationships look like. Or they're just disgusting, smelly, sweaty, hairy people. Nasty, nasty humans. You're all sick. You should be ashamed of yourselves for participating in that degenerate crap. Knock it off right now. I hate you. Okay, that's our show. Do we have anything else we want to plug before we get out of here? Nothing? Okay. Like I said, say a prayer for those miserable folks that do nothing but rant about us on the internet. You know what the funny part of this is? You know what the best part of this whole thing is, Mia? That segment on the show that has caused all this uprising against me. All the uprising against me. That segment was 15 seconds long. A 15-second long segment on a show that aired over the holidays that was basically a throwaway show. 15 seconds of my time was dedicated to that segment. They will dedicate the next 2 weeks to it because that's the type of space that I have in these people's head because they are unwell. They're unwell. And we're done talking about it unless we get clapped back. And believe me, if you clap back in private, my moles will tell me. Even if you don't post it on the internet, my moles will let me know what's been said about me. Keep that in mind. I'm always watching you, Cole. Oh, well, not watching, but I have people who tell me things. We'll leave it at that. All right, guys, cheat on your taxes, not your spouse. And if you do that, don't go on Facebook rants about me. Stay based.